All right. We'll give the other stream just a second here to get caught up. We'll talk about the market and go over some of today's plays and talk about what to expect going into tomorrow. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for March 11th, 2021. Q's up 2.3, SPY up 1%. SPY continuing the relative strength here as it gets to new all-time highs. Coming into today, the bias was bullish, all right, as the hourly had gone into an uptrend now, right? We said the only thing to look out for was that we don't get kind of a attempt to go higher and then immediately come right back in. And that's what I was saying yesterday, right, is that it'll be a little bit more difficult to have a bias on the market if we do like gap down in the morning or come in. The easiest is if we take out yesterday's high, which we were already bullish coming into today, but that would just be confirmation that if we take out yesterday's high, then we should expect higher prices. We should expect the market to continue to be bullish because the hourly now is going to be in alignment with the weekly and the monthly and all the larger time frames. Still on the Qs though, it's the daily that is a little bit in conflict with the other time frames. Okay, so you can see where we've been moving up here on the Qs. Hasn't been a smooth move, but into the declining 20. It's a pretty good opportunity here, or kind of a good spot. I wouldn't say necessarily a good opportunity, but an interesting spot if the Qs are going to produce a lower high. Okay, because we've already rallied up. We're a little bit extended on the hourly here. Okay, so we're still bullish overall. Not a good time, I think, tomorrow, especially if we gap up some more to be starting a new position here. But just coming into yesterday's close, we're bullish, right? Because we kind of got what we needed right at the open on the Qs to no longer be in a short-term downtrend. And then now the Qs and SPY got some follow through to the upside. So we'll see if market needs either to produce a higher low next or to rest a bit. Okay. All right. So let's get back into the trades from today. Starting off PHUN, first trade out of the gate there, PHUN was a high of the day base breakout. Nice gap here, gapping, ending the downtrend there, and then got the gap up and nice follow through at the open. I thought that today we had a lot of movers, not always good setups, and we'll take a look at a couple other things today. But there's the breakout. Okay, if you played this breakout, got to a little over 4 Rs was the max. So that's the final target there. Got into the resistance on the daily. I think it just broke like $3 by a little bit. So that was the target. So a good start on the PHUN. And then we saw a lot of other kind of smaller names start to take off. FNV was a gap up as well. Was a little bit shaky in the morning. I think a little bit sloppy. Tried to break out, couldn't get some follow through. But then later on had some nice follow through. And on this one, I don't think the entries were all that easy. Okay, because it was pretty sloppy. And the same goes for the TMBR. It was something that we were watching here all morning, trying to get a setup in this. We saw there was a kind of 5-minute pullback, but it was a little bit too deep. So said, okay, we're going to wait, see if we can't get another entry. And they kind of just took off. I highlighted these bars because I was saying, if there was kind of a chance to get in, this seems to be where the pause was to kind of get in on this play. Otherwise, it really wasn't that easy. The only other thing that I wanted to point out here on the TMBR is that we got this kind of pullback here. It's not the easiest or cleanest pullback to try to play because you're kind of getting that pullback right underneath a previous base that didn't follow through, right? So you didn't really pull much away from the base, and you spent all this time kind of pulling back from it. So you don't have like a clean pullback. You don't have a clean pivot here. Okay, so it looks a lot like the SIFY that we played last Friday, right? We played this initial breakout, and then we didn't play this pullback. You see how this pullback again, you don't really have that clean of a pivot. You really just get the pop there, the inside, and then it comes back in. So these seem to be getting some follow through. That's an adjustment that we're gonna have to make because this is not typically a pullback that I'm all that interested in. It's one that I'm thinking, we already got the pop, and the move might have been made. But as you can see on that and on the timber, the next move is even bigger. So it might be an opportunity that we'll have to kind of be on the lookout for and adjust for, especially like on a day like today, where the market falling through to the upside on the bullish bias, more likely that a lot of these, of course, bullish things are going to give nice follow through. Okay. All right. That's going to do it for today's market wrap. Hope you did well. We will be back at it tomorrow, and I will talk to you then. Have a good evening.